The second thing that I want you to think about is the reality that everybody is people watching. Observations. They're making observations of you just like you're making observations of them. Somehow we discount this. We think somehow we're behind an invisible mirror and we're doing all the observing. But when you're not observing them, they're observing you. You won't catch them observing you because your eyes will be somewhere else. But they are. People are observing you. And that means that they're observing where you sit. They're observing whether you're slouched in your chair. They're observing whether you sing wholeheartedly if the congregation is singing. It's something that has been diminished in recent years, more putting an emphasis on performance. One of the great ways to draw people together is singing together. And if you're singing wholeheartedly, it makes a difference to others. It doesn't matter whether you're any good at singing. If when the preacher is preaching, if you're nodding your head and saying that's a good point, even if it's only modestly a good point, but if you're nodding your head and if you're taking notes, people are observing that. They're saying, you're taking this thing seriously. Now, you've got to fit within the framework. You don't, if everybody's sitting 12 rows back, you don't want to be sitting in the front row because that makes it obvious that you're out of the range of normal. You've got to be within the range of normal. But when you take notes, other people will take notes. One of the first impressions that I have is my mother, who was not educated in the formal sense of the word in schooling. She took notes every Sunday morning, and I remember sitting with her in the pew. In my mind's eye, I can take you right to exactly the spot. Whereas a little gaffer, a 5, 6 year old, I was sitting there, and she was writing down notes as the preacher was preaching. She had a lot going on in her life. I was the fifth kid, and the house was full of people, and Dad had his concerns and so on. But we were there as a family. It made a difference to me, and it will make a difference to your children. It will make a difference to other people's children when they see you behaving as you want them to behave. You are making a first impression, and people are observing you.